Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about the vast majority of crypto. So just dive in and let's start off with Bloomberg economics. And we do see most global central banks may be either close to a peak or already done with interest rate hiking, auguring a hiatus before possible monetary loosening comes into view. Now, we can see where those areas are that are lower, unchanged, and also rates will be higher. The US is one that will have rates possibly be higher. Now, we recently did see an update real quick around BlackRock, which is actually talking more so about how we might see another 75 bps in terms of this year, which I found very interesting to say the least, because usually when we do see reports like this, we actually see the complete opposite. We might just see maybe one more 25 bps hike, and then we might see a pause. But we are starting to see the narrative change, and this is actually very bullish for all of crypto. Now, I will say one thing. Are we in a bull market? Are we in an altcoin market where we're about to see alt season? Like, what's going on? That's the question that everyone has right now. And ultimately speaking, I do believe that this year is going to be incredible for crypto, but will we see new all-time highs? Will we go into a major bull market, or will we just have a wave 5 run up on, Bitcoin, which, yeah, technically it could see all-time highs. Are we going to see that? It is questionable. I actually believe that we could. I believe that we could see a major run up in the markets due to the fact that everyone is uncertain around banks and traditional finance, so they might flock to crypto, which will bring a ton of value and capital into it. It's going to definitely be very interesting to see what happens around crypto going forward on for the remainder of this year. But I do believe that by the end of, or at least by the middle of the summertime, is where things are going to get very, very interesting around crypto. But one thing that I've been noting is the US dollar. So I said it many times in the past that the big moment around the US dollar is nearly here. And well, guess what? We broke down below the fib level that I have been waiting for. We're still ranging right around the March of 2020 high. This is like the resistance zone. If we actually go to the 3-day chart, I could show you guys a few things. So sorry, there we go. So here we have the 3-day chart. Mainly what we were looking at is just the levels at which the support was holding on the March 2020 lows. That was basically our fib level that we were looking at. Now on the weekly, yeah, it's a little bit of a different story. We were kind of looking at the top resistance zones on the top of the candlestick bodies. That's what we were mainly looking at, but again, that did not hold. So currently right now, the US dollar looks the weakest that it's been in a very long time. And the next level, in my opinion, which I've been telling you guys about many times, is basically this level down here, which would be back testing the resistance breakout of March 2022. I think that this is going to be a significant level for the US dollar to retest, because this is also right around the 200 weekly EMA. And you might be wondering, well, Nick, what is the significance of the 200 weekly EMA? Well, I broke it down many times in the past. It's very simple, right? When you go over here real quick and you look at the total market cap compared to the US dollar, which, by the way, I did have thoughts on Bitcoin actually retesting 25K. Well, guess what? We're not doing that. I think that the lowest that will go on Bitcoin in the short term to back test will most likely be around like 27 to about like 28.5K. With that, we might see a slight pullback on the total back down to possibly back test the resistance here at around like roughly $1.06 trillion, or even possibly like $1.10 trillion, which I will welcome in fully. But nonetheless, what I want to show you guys real quick is the significance of the 200 weekly EMA. For those out there, you probably already are aware of the 200 weekly EMA from my past previous videos, but for those that are new to the channel, or maybe you're finally watching one of these videos where I do talk a little bit about the US dollar, well, here you have the 200 weekly EMA, this blue line, and I want to take you guys back real quick all the way to 2020. So here we have the entire breakdown of the US dollar going all the way back to March of 2020. Now, yes, during this entire time the US dollar was pumping, as you guys do see here, compared to what the US dollar was doing. But I want you guys to understand that we did not have a breakout on the total until we seen a break of the 200 weekly EMA, which was right here in July. This is when we started to have that breakup. Yes, we backtested slightly, but this basically gave us the fuel to continue to push up even higher on the total. And it all really started once we broke down below that 200 weekly EMA. That's when things really start to move pretty quickly. Now, what ended up allowing us to have that massive run up? Well, it was just more weakness against, you know, the 20 weekly EMA. We kept testing that level. We kept breaking down below it, and then ultimately we finally bottomed out. And then, as you guys do see, we pumped. Even though the dollar was still gaining some momentum here, we got squeezed between some EMAs. We had that breakout. We backtested it, squeezed again, and then we had that final breakout above the 200 weekly EMA, which signaled, hey, guess what? The top is in for crypto. Things are about to crash. And then look at what ended up happening after we broke out of that 200 weekly EMA. This is why that is so significant to me. I think that once we continue to break down here, and once we finally lose the 200 weekly EMA, that is when the total of crypto is about to go parabolic. Same with Bitcoin, same with altcoins, Ethereum, etc. And I'm not the only one that thinks this. In fact, one of the most notorious Twitter users, aka Credible Crypto, has been calling for a wave 5 since I could remember, basically going all the way back to like 2021 and 2022. He's been calling for a wave 5 on Bitcoin, but we did see a tweet coming out from MEXC over on Twitter, and it says it's been incredibly cheap to be long Bitcoin since the start of this year. Being long still doesn't feel like a crowded trade yet. And here you guys have the chart on this, and you can see the longs. This is the funding rates, so you can see the longs, you can see the shorts piling up. These shorts basically got squeezed on this move up. But over here you can see the longs and how substantial they were during that entire time. Yeah, we're not even close to that. We're not even crowded like we were here, which is crazy. And it really is comparing where we are now to like a bull run, as we do see over here. But the thing is, like, listen, this proves on where we are currently at, as everyone is getting bullish. Like, the party really hasn't even started. But we do see we're going higher, much higher. Most still sitting on the sidelines, funding still relatively fiat or flat. Sorry. This is disbelief depicted on a chart. And yeah, technically that is where we are at right now. A lot of people don't believe that Bitcoin can make a new all-time high this year. A lot of people still believe that the macro is terrible, that 2023 is going to be terrible, that, you know, nothing's going to change until 2024, 2025, because that's when Bitcoin halving. Like, I think that that is nonsense. I think that, you know, if we are going to put all of our, you know, eggs in one basket, aka that 4-year cycle, I think that at some point in time, everyone that is following that 4-year cycle is going to get wrecked. And I think that this could very well be the year that that does happen, as everyone is saying, well, I'm not selling, I'm waiting for Bitcoin halving, all just for everything to crash down. Because I do think that 2024 is going to be a pretty rough time around finance, around crypto, etc. I don't know how 2025 is going to look, but I do believe that we will most likely see a major topping point for crypto this year. But I'd love to be wrong. Listen, I'd love for us to pump and continue to pump all the way into 2025, and, you know, have a massive rally on Bitcoin all the way up to like almost 200K and all that kind of stuff. Like, listen, we'd love that. But ultimately, we need to take a step back and look at where we are at now. We need to smash through some levels first. We need to make a new all-time high. Like, there's a lot more that needs to happen before we get overly bullish. But I do believe that we will see some significant moves in the market. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about XRP. Will XRP create a new all-time high this year? And I really have to say it is it's something that I'm not, you know, extremely confident about, just simply because it's been 5 years, but that's also enough fuel for us to actually push much higher. We've been looking at this downtrend all the way back here, and then this finally did break up to the upside. Now, yes, it did take a little bit of time, but it finally did. One thing that I also love to note is the SEC lawsuit. We can't really gauge where XRP would have, you know, went during 2021, because at the perfect time, the SEC came in and ruined the party. Because, you know, if we had I'm just going to go off of bars graphs here. And I know that I usually don't tend to do that, but I'm going off of bars graphs here just because I want to give you guys a little bit of a perspective. So I do think that we would have backtested support here, but I think that we would have created a new all-time high in 2021 if we would have went on the same exact run here, except we would have just backtested support here around this demand range. Could we have, came down just slightly lower, like around that range, and continued even higher? Yeah. But I still think that we would have probably seen anywhere between like, $4 to $5, with the possibility of $10 being in target, which a lot of people have been calling for $10 for so long, $20, $30. It's been a big target for everyone. I think that honestly, the whales will most likely be selling way before $10. So it's questionable on if we will see $10 happen, but there's still, again, a lot of levels that we need to smash through. Right now, currently, I'm looking at almost 59 cents. After that, I'm targeting 86 cents. I think that 86 cents happens pretty quickly. Again, most people will be sidelined thinking that XRP is going to go a lot lower, but this will be about a 65% increase in value. Now, also, I will say I am expecting a possible backtest of 44 cents, but this might not be in the cards because guess what? As we look at Bitcoin dominance looks like it's nearing its topping point, which is also fuel for altcoins to go absolutely crazy, because once we start to see Bitcoin dominance, coming back down and retesting a significant level, then hey, we will see the altcoin market go crazy, which will also be enough fuel for XRP to possibly break through the 86 cent zone and possibly test up here at around like $1.40, which would be a huge monumental moment for XRP holders out there, because we haven't really seen that level going all the way back to November of 2021. So that will be incredible to see. And for reference, real quick, off of today's price, this will be about 160% of a run up. Now, right now, currently price wise, I am recording this a little bit earlier on in the day, so price will most likely change by the time that this does go live. But hey, you still get the picture. You still understand what I'm really kind of looking at. If we even do get this back test, I probably will look at something like this in the market, and then have that crazy move up to about like $1.40, but it's gonna happen in time. It's not gonna happen all at once. Or hey, again, I would love to be wrong and we get candles like this that we seen during April of 2021 where we just go absolutely crazy. But again, we still need to wait. We still need to be patient. We can't make impulsive decisions or anything like that. We need to make sure that we are playing this smart. Currently right now, yeah, XRP is up, but as you guys do see, like this is where most of that demand is, around like 44 cents. It is a possibility that we do get to see that, or if anything, we still most likely will see about 49 cents being tested, or we already kind of did see that get tested. So I will say like 50 cents might hold. 50 cents might be our level at, where we, jump in a little bit more on XRP, but it still looks very good from my perspective right now currently, especially as Bitcoin dominance looks like it wants to come back down and retest some lows. It did hit a little bit of a resistance zone, which is also why a lot of altcoins today are doing very well. But I am expecting a run up to about like roughly 53%. This is just like a demand range as like a support zone from 2019 basically on dominance, which is again, a significant level. Like this is 53%, but we might even go higher. I mean, it could go all the way up to like 55, 56% before it actually tops out. But nonetheless, I'm still looking at a pretty low or a pretty big drop, sorry, on the Bitcoin dominance chart. It could go much lower than this. It could backtest all the way down here at like 25%, or even go lower than that, which would still be extremely big for the altcoin market. Now, I will say this, one thing that I have been addressing with the altcoin market is also the level at which we are moving here. First off, I love to see us get squeezed between EMAs and actually get a breakout. This is huge. This is also on the weekly, by the way. So this is something that I've been watching for. Now, the next level here is about $678 billion. If we can get a breakout here, the next level of interest that I'm looking at is about $860 billion. This will be an increase of about 33% on the altcoin market cap. That is a monstrous move. So as we look at things right now, yes, altcoins look very good. They look ripe for a big move. But the market will most likely have a slight pullback here in the short term. I'm still looking at Bitcoin. Again, like I said, 27 to like 28.5K is the level of interest that I'm looking at. If we do get that, we might actually be able to see 44 cents or anywhere between 44 to about like roughly 47 cents being tested on XRP, which in my opinion would be a great area to add slightly a little bit more XRP, which would be like right around this range, which again is a big demand zone going all the way back in history on XRP. But I am still very excited for the future around XRP. Do I think that all-time highs will happen this year? Again, questionable, but I do think that this year will be still very bullish for crypto, whether we see all-time highs or not. And those that have been, you know, very vigilant, that you've been really kind of accumulating the bottom ranges, you know, those will be the ones that come out of this, you know, rally, whatever you want to call this, very well off, because again, I think that there's a lot of money to be made here. But again, you know, we still have to be patient. We still have to break out of some significant levels before we start calling all-time highs. But I am still very happy to see the overall price action within this market, and I'm sure that all of you are as well. So if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like, subscribe to notifications on button. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.